Time now for the interactive segment, and guess what? Ifua Harrison, she's angry.
I am. I'm actually very outraged and enraged at this story that we've had on social media since yesterday. I mean, we broke the story. It's about the man who was found on the
story.
streets.
Pathetic, huh?
It's
absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, when I think about it, I just get angry.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
oh, oops.
There you go.
Technical hitch.
I know, right? Get on with the details for us.
All right. So, who cares for a man, a sick, homeless man left in the sun and rain? It appears not even the National Ambulance Service is in a position to care for such people. The ambulance service actually picked up a sick, homeless man and took him to the police hospital. And then the man was denied health care. So their best bet was, you know what, to return the man to the streets. And then it started raining. I mean, if you were in Accra, you know how heavy that downpour was yesterday. We will engage the ambulance service and we will also hear from the police hospital. I'm Ifua Harrison and I'm outraged. This is JN Interactive.
Joy News Interactive is brought to you in association with
Surfline. It's about time.
Please join us. We're on social media, facebook.com/Joy News on TV. You can find us on Twitter at Joy News on TV or at JN Interactive GH, or you can send us an email. It's joynews@multitvworld.com, or send your messages through on WhatsApp. I'm ready to read them. It's 054-010-9009. The number again is 054-010-9009. And Surfline proudly supports Gen Interactive. Surfline, it's about time. Now, I am personally attached to this story. Why should our healthcare providers be joking with the lives of patients? Why will the police hospital turn away an ailing man and say he is infected? So, what were they expecting the ambulance service to do? I mean, where were they expecting him to take them to take the patient to? I mean, why should the ambulance service also return the man to the sidewalk? I mean, I really can't believe this. But hey, who cares what I have to say? I seem to be getting ahead of myself. So I will calm down and then give you the opportunity to watch a story, or the story, that has made me mad.
Unconscious, left in the sun. That is how we found this man, who we later got to know as Jacob Asare. The sun goes down and gives way to the rain. Basil is left in the rain, only that bystanders had covered him, at least to give him some shelter. We were curious, so we inquired why the man was left in the rain, stripped of all his humanity and dignity. What we found was shocking. The man was actually picked up by the ambulance service after calls from residents, then later dumped at the same place earlier in the day.
National Police ambulance nearby na you know you go in no say bed no like no almost national ambulance them say na form call that polyclinic no say fuel e car no no man say no mbi omuska here then editor fuel go car no so you fan bra back baby omo fan e no money baba e nya me atuma yes can now is there in the hospital. Yes, I never got nice return will be as guy then at the man.
A corporate police station, almost in the panning Wuyano, Yembe Fano, National Ambulance and Subai, almost your core police hospital now, Nipanangino. Almost be fanning Kobe, and probably did not come see Davy, none the Panada Honomo.
So we decided to do a civic duty by taking him to the hospital ourselves. The men who helped Basil gave us a helping hand.
Unless you are
and paved way for vehicles with their motorbikes as we battle the heavy traffic. The National Ambulance Service had failed Basil, so we had to make do with our pickup truck. We sent him to the Ridge Hospital, where Basil was attended to. We got him a folder and paid for his medication. Finally, he was well covered and his dignity restored. Basil is receiving all the help that he can get, but we had other burning questions needing answers. Why will the ambulance service carry this man to the hospital and later dump him on the streets where they took him? We located the exact ambulance that carried Basil at the Accra Sports Stadium. The vehicle that was supposed to rush patients was packed and the staff were taking it easy in an air-conditioned office. Ambulance staff said off camera they cleaned the man, fed him and took him to the police hospital, but they were turned away because they were told there were no beds available. A member of the crew said they were asked by nurses at the hospital to, quote, to take the infected man away. They said they had no choice but to return the man to the streets. The ambulance service says they will officially react to the story at a later date.
And we hope to get that reaction today. Well, you watched the story, so you can draw your own conclusions. Please send your comments to Facebook and WhatsApp. Now, I have the police, well, I had the police PRO, police hospital PRO, ASP Juliana Obeng online, but I've just been told that the line dropped. We'll try and get back to her as soon as possible. Let's take our first break. We'll be right back. And this is still Joy News Interactive. My name is Ifwa Akwa Harrison. Well, we are discussing a story that we aired on Joy News last night about a man who was found on the street looking like he needed some medical attention. Ambulance service sent him to the police hospital and he was rejected at the hospital. And the ambulance service then dropped him back on the sidewalk where they found him. We've posted the story on Facebook. You've been sending us your comments. Francis Doe, you say, what a country we are living in, that we cannot even take care of our own brother or sister, but desperate to take care of outsiders. So that's a comment from Francis Doe. Kamla Foster, you say, God have mercy. Some people see other human beings as animals. Yes, it's sad. Richie Nana Osekweku, you say, in times like this, I feel so sad that I was born a Ghanaian, a country where there is no respect for citizens. It could have been me. So sad. Akibo Koma, you think this is really ridiculous, and I agree, it is really ridiculous. Isaac Bakworo says, I think that the ambulance service must be well resourced to carry out its mandate. Well, I have the National Deputy CEO of the National Ambulance Service on the phone lines, Dr. Joseph Etia Akama. Welcome to Joy News Interactive.
Good evening. Thank you.
So, did your crew take the homeless man to the police hospital as we were told in the story?
Yes, I want to say hi to your listeners and good evening to you for allowing us expatiate on this matter. We are still investigating, so we don't have the complete information to supply everything that you need. However, I interviewed the team this morning at 7 o'clock, And yes, they did send the patient to police hospital. They got a call early morning yesterday. We have a dispatch system, and it was documented the time the call came in. They left shortly after the call came in, arrived at the traffic light close to Joy FM, and they treated the patient. They stayed with the patient. In their determination, the patient was very hungry, moribund, dehydrated, and very dejected. So the crew took time. They bought the patient food. They bought the patient cocoa, cleaned him up, got him clothing, okay, and they even contacted the police around. They talked to the bystanders, the shop owners there, and they iterated that they had contacted the Kokomilele Police District office. They contacted some police officers, but they did not have much help. So the determination at that time was, what should we do with this very hungry who is homeless? So sometimes these patients are not medically ill. They could be dejected, left, and hungry, not necessarily mean that they are sick. So in their determination, they rallied around, and using their ingenuity and community skills, they were able to get the bystanders to contribute money to help the guy in anticipation of a hospital cost, the registration and other things. They even tried several times to contact the patient's relatives. They called several numbers which were found in his dirty clothing, in the trash around. And finally, they got hold of somebody in Legon, somebody in Kumasi, but these people were not around. So the tradition that they have faced, the EMT, that's the emergency medical technician, is that anytime they send a patient to a hospital, be it private, government, military, police, whatever, if there is no relative accompanying the patient, they give them a hard time, to the extent where they have to shop hospital to hospital till somebody accepts the patient.
So you are saying that this is a common practice that some hospitals engage in when a patient is brought in to the hospital without relatives?
What I'm saying is that this was not out of isolation. This was not out of blue. So what happened yesterday is a common occurrence. For instance, we have documented instances where a very prominent hospital delayed taking the patient to the extent where the CEO of that hospital was called at about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to enforce that the person be reaccepted into hospital. So this is not an out of the blue occurrence. But what I wanted to emphasize on is, it's a national issue. We need to sit down and look at all the aspects of this case and say, what can we do?
Okay, Dr. Akama, let's hold on a bit. I have the police hospital PRO on the line, ASP Juliana Obeng. Welcome to Joy News Interactive. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you too for having me on your
Now, why did your hospital turn the patient away, as we've been told by the ambulance service?
Thank you. Good evening to your viewers. Let me say that Police Hospital promised Ghanaians to deliver quality health care to known and unknown persons. And so instances where we have had unknowns that have come in and have not even paid their medical bills, we have still delivered quality health care to that unknown person. And this man that we are talking about, yes, was at the police hospital yesterday. We did not turn the patients away. What we told the ambulance team was that the place was choked. There was no bed to keep that patient on to attend to him medically. And so we suggested that they take him to another hospital or any other clinic that is nearby where they do have space to take him and then attend to him medically. So we did not turn the patient away. We only said that we do not have bed space, we do not have bed capacity, we do not have space. So please take him to another hospital where he can receive medical attention.
Okay, so a patient is in critical care and has to be moved around?
My dear, if we want to consider critical care, I think then that we should rather see that from between Kokomlemle, where the man was picked up, to police hospital, really, if you are talking about medical care, there are other hospitals in between Kokomlemle and then police hospital. You can talk about Iran Clinic. I know there's Adabraka Polyclinic. I know there is Rage. So if we are considering the fact that when it comes to healthcare delivery, every microsecond counts, then we might as well have looked at these hospitals before even coming to the police hospital. But that is not even the argument. The point is that, and the fact still remains, that he came to the police hospital in the national ambulance team, but we said that we do not have bed, we do not have space. So please take him to the nearest hospital so he can receive adequate medical care.
Okay, Dr. Kama, Deputy CEO of the National Ambulance Service, is on the other line. Do you have a reaction to this?
Well, I don't think we have an argument here. The patient was sent to police hospital. The determination by the team to send to police hospital was based on the fact that their evaluation revealed that the patient was undocumented, unknown as to uses. And from what we have been seeing, if they took the person to anywhere else but police hospital, that has to document the patient's whereabouts. Is he a lost person? Is he documented to be missing? So these are the things that they have to look into. They did not think this person was critically ill. They did not even think the person was sick to be sent to the nearest hospital. They have been trained. They have trained professionals. If they think that the person needs immediate attention, they treat the person and send to the nearest appropriate hospital. In this instance, police hospital was chosen because of the nature of the patient. Remember, they spent time at that traffic light trying to contact the police because they thought the police has to be involved. You see, so we are still investigating, and I understand the fact that there were no bears from what she's saying. But we don't want to go into details of what exactly happened at the hospital from my EMT's perspective.
Okay, but could you please explain, sorry to cut in, but could you please explain what you mean by the nature of the patient, that you say police hospital was chosen because of the nature of the patient?
Yes, so when they go to the patient, they do an assessment, talk to the patient, and find out, is this person a medically ill patient or is a trauma patient? In their determination and their documentation, the patient's main complaint was that he hasn't eaten. He's been lying in that location for about 3 days. This we have to look into as a nation. Why should we let our fellow Ghanaians lie in that condition for 3 days? So in their determination, they fed the person. When they finished feeding him, he got energy to talk. So this is a malnourished person who has no home, who has no place to go. So they contacted, they said, has the police been contacted? The bystander said they called the Kokomlemle police station. There was an ambulance, a police patrol that was passing the car to stop the police. They tried to engage the police, but in this instance, we want to find out, can the police help? Can the social services help? So I think rather than saying we should have done this, we should have done that, let's look at our system-wide and see where are the deficiencies. What can we do to empower the ambulance service? What can we do to empower the hospital to take patients without rejecting them? Once you say the person is unknown with no relative, believe me, we have documented countless numbers of patients that the crew have to carry around. They spend hours burning fuel, and they have to keep the place air conditioned. And at the end of it, they have to go from hospital to hospital. And that is not the role of an ambulance. If you engage the ambulance for more than 30 minutes, you're wasting the nation's resources. The ambulance is supposed to deliver and get ready for the next patient. And if we send to this hospital, they don't have room to go to the next. Basically, it is, when I say police hospital did the wrong thing or did the right thing, what we're saying is that the ambulance crew, you can go around and interview each ambulance crew. They have faced this countless problem several times over and over again. And it's a humanitarian problem. We have to look at how we can empower these systems to take care of the destitute and the unknown. Once it's unknown, the hospitals are shying away. They're shying away, and it's very difficult for our team and very disheartening that they spend their time clean the patient, get to the hospital, and there's no bed. And they have to drive to the next hospital. There is no bed. They drive to
But they did not drive to the next hospital. Apparently, they took the man right back to the corner of the street where they found him.
That is where we are saying, what was the assessment? How was the patient? Was it a police case that the police had to take over the patient? We were getting all the facts. And in their initial assessment, the person did not require emergency medical care. That's the assessment. We need to find out the details, and we are doing investigation. Our CEO has authorized a committee to investigate this fully, and we'll be getting the facts out.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's Dr. Joseph Akama. He's the Deputy CEO of the National Ambulance Service. ASP Juliana Obeng, any final words?
I have heard all that the CEO, right? All
yes.
That he has said. I think that the way forward is for us to look properly into our system, who is supposed to do what, and then at what time. In fact, as I speak to you now, when you get to the police hospital, most of our beds are occupied by unknown patients like this one we are talking about. The female ward presently has over 5 unknown patients occupying these beds that could have been used for other patients where we would have gotten some money from. But hey, we are not complaining, because apart from saving life and property, we see it as a social responsibility. And so the way forward, we should look at the system, we should look at expansion projects, and look at other things that will make all of us comfortable, so that we will not have an issue like we are having now, where a man is being moved from one hospital to the other because there's no bed facility for him to be catered for.
All right.
And then be sent back to where he was picked up.
All right. Thank you very much, ASP Juliana Obeng. She is the Police Hospital Public Relations Officer. Let's go over to Lord Cote now for what's trending.
Welcome to Thursday. Now, Mark Zuckerberg has introduced something new to WhatsApp. This time around, when you send a message and the recipient reads it, the indicator turns blue. So right now, no one has an excuse to say that he didn't see the message when in fact he's already read it. And this is trending on Twitter. Let's go find out what people are saying about the whole thing. Just because a message is delivered and read doesn't mean it requires a reply pronto. Know that I reply when I reply. Yeah, it's true. I mean, Lopez, this is coming from you. Irony, people using WhatsApp to be social, but against new blue ticks because it makes it harder to ignore people. This is from Cindy. If you got nothing to hide, why are you stressing about blue ticks? Very true, Cindy. But sometimes you want your privacy, you know? Malik here thinks that Mark Zuckerberg basically wants us to quit WhatsApp. Malik, you've got lots of stuff to hide, huh? Classmates, okay, this is a group. Come on, WhatsApp. What's the point of removing last seen when they can see I read their message? Here's another. The only way now to save relationships is not to update your WhatsApp. Hashtag blue ticks, hashtag now you can't ignore. Very true, but I think there are other options to save your relationships, you know. Thanks to WhatsApp, many relationship status are going to be complicated. Remember phrase, you can run but cannot hide? Yeah, I remember that very clearly. No excuses anymore. Yeah, so this is a message from WhatsApp to us, and it says, now what's your excuse for not replying? Well, my excuse is I don't want to reply now. Sometimes I want to ignore people on WhatsApp, but now I doubt. Hashtag blue ticks, hashtag bad move. Debatable though is a bad move. Voila, sent, and she's seen it. WhatsApp is definitely going to be a lot more fun henceforth. This has been What's Trending. My name is Lord Cote.
Well, Lord has lightened up my mood a little bit, yeah. But just an update for viewers. Just an update for viewers. The man that we found on the street is doing well for now. His relatives, we are yet to meet his relatives, so we hope that they show up sometime soon. But yeah. I'm still disappointed.
I know. We all are disappointed in the system, and the earlier we fix it, the better for all of us.
It's time, but I have one comment to read quickly. Did you say that the ambulance crew used their own money to fuel the ambulance? Lord have mercy on Ghana. This is from Yao George. So that's another issue for another time.
Absolutely. And certainly we have to go. My name is Prince Minkai Shias.
Ifwa Akwa Harrison. Have a good evening.
All right.
Joy News Interactive was brought to you in association with
Surfline, it's about time.